Good evening and welcome to the GSS Talent Hub Fireside Chat. I am your host, Alexia Beckford, and our topic for discussion is a world of opportunities, exploring the IT outsourcing segment of the GSS. No, Gartner, a leading research firm, highlighted this year that we can expect a 30% increase in IT services due to infrastructure market, which is driven by the infrastructure market. They also have said that there is a shortage of IT skilled labor. So this evening, we are going to hear from those who are servicing the sector, some business leaders, and hear what you can expect and why Jamaica is the place to be for the IT service sector. With us this evening is Brian Hay, Associate Software Engineer at Real Decor. Brian is passionate about ensuring that his clients' business needs are clearly communicated, understood, and executed. With years of experience working with clients across the globe, from the US, UK, Ukraine, and the Caribbean, his ability to grasp the needs of their businesses has been consistent. He has a bachelor's degree in computer science from the University of Technology. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Alexa. And hi,
Nice.
everybody. A pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure having you with us, Brian. Next,
Yes.
we have Ryan Sterling. He is the CEO of Vertis Technology and serves on its board of directors. His responsibilities include the company's worldwide sales and operations, including end-to-end management of sales activities, along with service support in all markets and countries. He oversees the operation departments and plays a key role in the continuous development of the strategic reseller and supplier relationships. Welcome, Ryan Sterling.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me.
Great having you with us, Ryan. And last but not least is Junior Darrell, Director of Sales, Global Sales, Optimity Group. He has over 20 years of leadership experience. He's a results-driven professional with expertise in driving significant revenue growth and profitability through innovative sales strategies and performs strategic initiatives. He oversees cultivating global sales strategies and discovering dynamic opportunities. Help us welcome Junior Darrell.
Oh, good afternoon. Good evening, rather. Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone. Hi, Alexa.
It's nice having you all with us. And fun fact, viewers, all of the individuals here, their companies are members of the Jamaica Technology and Digital Alliance.
Of course.
Okay, so let's get some things started. Just want our viewers out there to know that there are numerous pathways in the IT outsourcing industry. And if you're new to IT outsourcing, you may be asking yourself, what is IT outsourcing? And it is the use of an external service provider to effectively deliver IT-enabled business processes, application service, and infrastructure solutions to meet a company's technologies needs. Right? So with us, we have our dynamic companies who are going to tell us a bit more of the IT outsourcing opportunities in Jamaica, the segments and the growth. And I also want to start with a quick question. What has your experience in the tech industry been like? Have you ever experienced growth?
Well, I'll go. Thanks again. Good question, Alexia. It's been a blessing. I mean, my experience in tech, it's been very rewarding and satisfying. I've been blessed to grow over the last 20 years and serve in various capacities progressively. I started my career as a major account executive. First as a sales representative, then a major account executive. Then I was promoted to business development manager, moved on to vice president of business development and corporate strategy. And now I serve with the Optimity Group as the director of global sales. Now, a huge chunk of my career has been spent in the document management industry, and that served very well. But since I joined Optimity Group in June of this year, I must say that my career and my whole experience has been expedited, elevated, and expanded. Because right now I'm focusing on the latest and greatest trends in tech, including IT consultancy, IT infrastructure, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, fintech, and of course, cybersecurity. So it's been truly a blessing for me.
Great, Brian. Let's hear from you. Really want your feedback on, Vertis has been around for a quick minute, in the IT space. What can we expect this year for growth, or what has growth look like in the past 2 to 3 years?
Yes, thanks for that, Alexia. So Vertis Technology, we're just focused on being an entity where individuals want to come and work if they love IT, and organizations can really come and really use technology to grow their business. So with that being our focus, we have grown over the past 2 years. We're looking to leverage the latest technology to really allow organizations and individuals to really benefit from it. So we're seeing the growth. It is something that is pretty exciting, and we're just looking forward to continue being in a space where we're contributing to impactful and meaningful growth. So pretty exciting times ahead, and we're just glad to be a part of it.
Great. That's really, really great news. Really good to hear. Brian?
So I guess from my side, it would feel a bit like an echo of what was said before, because of course, being in a similar space, we're experiencing growth in a similar manner because of the fact that we're experiencing, how we're involved with different industries and what vehicles we're using to be able to push those industries forward. And one of those major vehicles is, of course, the tools that we use, such as AI, cloud infrastructure, different frameworks and software implementations. All these different factors help to move businesses forward. So generally, yes, we are all providing a similar service, and we're doing it on towards our clients being able to be better, to help them achieve their goals. So in the sense of growth, I've been seeing a lot of that even personally, and of course seeing it at Real Decoy.
Great. No, I know so much of what your companies are doing. I'm super excited for what Vertis is doing. Our Real Decor, which is also known as RD, if you're in the tech space, and Optimity Group. Just want to highlight what they do with AI Ticks, which I'm super excited about. But what I want to know is, what does your company do for those who are new to the tech ecosystem? Does 2 to 3 words briefly, what does your company do really well? We know your companies do a lot of amazing things. What does your company do really well? Services offered, and what is offered to your clients. Now, Junior, I'm coming to you. I want to start with Ryan, because Vertis does a lot of things well, but
All right, thanks, Alexa. So we focus on 3 areas, right? Digital transformation, cloud, and cybersecurity services. So what we do, we really sit with our clients and really understand what is it that they want to accomplish in either those 3 areas. And then what we do is work with them to create a roadmap, right? And once we have created that roadmap with them, now we partner with them to achieve the goals that they have set out on. So whether it be digital transformation, understanding how people, processes, and technology work, really sit with them and say, okay, here's how we're going to get you to where you want to be. We understand where they are now, and then we lay that out. Leveraging cloud infrastructure, whether it be AWS, Microsoft, Azure, Oracle, you name it. Our team members are certified to deploy, optimize those environments. So we're able to do that. And then we have to secure that those things that we put in place. So we look at how we can look at where they're vulnerable, where they need to improve, how they can put in place solutions and services to secure that, right? So under those 3 umbrellas, right, we really are focused on how we can train our team members to be really top notch as it relates to those services, and then we just implement it. So over the past couple of months, we're just really zoning in on those three areas. We have been doing it in the past, but we're seeing the reception really increase around those three areas. So we're just focusing on that, and really, really pleased with it. And the team, they're excited, right? And our customers are excited as well. So we're just looking to do that, and we focus on any service and solutions on those three. We're really focusing on them.
Okay. It's always, I felt like I learned something new. I know Vertis was doing some great things, but I learned more about digital transformation, cloud. It's always interesting when I can learn more. No, Junior, I know that
Yes,
Optimity
ma'am.
has a range of products. I don't know
Yes.
which one to really highlight. I know you highlight them for me. So I know AI Tics is really innovative. So I'd really love to hear about what AI Tics is doing, and on the cybersecurity front, you have some amazing things coming. So if you could just quickly tell us what you and what your clients and future clients can expect from Optimity Group.
Great, and thanks again, Alexia. The fact is, Optimity Group, we're a diverse and integrated group of technology companies, and we're focused on helping individuals and businesses thrive in this digital age. Hence our slogan, Optimizing Life. So let's start with our most established subsidiary, MS Tech Solutions. Now, that's where the cutting edge IT consultancy and infrastructure services are offered. And it's geared towards helping businesses successfully navigate their digital transformation journey. AI ticks, your pet passion, it seems. That's our advanced ticketing and event management experiential platform, as I like to call it, that really helps event organizers cure a lot of their pain points in executing events, both operationally as well as giving their patrons an elevated experience. So, for instance, Dream Weekend, we had powered the ticket in the ticketing system as well as access control for them. Um, for cybersecurity, how could I forget? Purple Team. That is what where cybersecurity and compliance related services are delivered. So there we're helping businesses keep their critical data safe out of the hands of hackers, while at the same time ensuring that we're helping businesses navigate the journey towards compliance with the data privacy and protection standards, such as the upcoming Data Protection Act, GDPR, HIPAA, whatever the case is. So Purple Team really has a lot going for it, as with all members of the group. And of course, as you can see, what is unique about us is all of our products and services scale globally. Hence my role, Director of Global Sales.
Great, Juno. As many persons would have known, Optimity Group covers such a wide range. I feel like if there are any IT or tech needs, that will be covered from the various groups. Just like Vertis can help you the digital transformation journey. But I really want to hear what RD has to offer for those who want to outsource, interested in IT outsourcing. Why should we reach out to Real Decoy?
So one of the beautiful experiences that I've had with RD personally is the care that they have for their developers. And that care tends to extend to our clients because of the investment that they place in us. So we've had the opportunity, of course, to provide services in cloud, staff augmentation, software development, website enhancement, and also customer support. And in those areas, we've allowed our developers, myself included, to have opportunities to grow and to be able to move themselves forward. So even myself, I've had the opportunity to spend more time in cloud infrastructure and understanding AWS, GCP, Azure, and being able to grow in that space. And that's the area where myself as an associate, I can look towards our tech leads and the ones that have far more years experience at RD for all the different services we offer and the insight that we offer for the business solutions that our clients are looking for and our potential clients as well, because we understand that there is a need for help to make sure that what you're doing on the surface is looking as good as they possibly can, while what's happening in the back is we're doing all these different things, we're getting all these things fixed and working well, but not disrupting what's happening above the surface. So it's a it's an interesting thing what RD does. It's really focused on ensuring that clients are experiencing the best service that we possibly can give them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And I love that they treat their developers well, and that is extended to the clients. So the next question I'd like to add for those who are interested in coming into the IT, the tech sector, what is a typical day like? I know that is going to vary. I see Ryan looking very, strongly like Alexa. Is that a trick question? I know many of us who are on this call who work in tech
Yes.
will know that there is no typical day once you are in this
Mm,
sector. It is going to vary. And I can only add my 2 cents. I think it's dependent on the quarter or the season. It is
mm.
dependent, especially if you're dealing with projects. It's very dependent on the projects you have and the deadlines. But I'm just going to leave it out. I want to start with Junior on that, and then I'll go to Ryan. What is a typical day like? And then I'm going to take it to you, Brian, because all of us are at different levels. So what is that like for those interested in coming into the sector, so we can give them a realistic scenario of what they can expect?
Well, thanks again, Alexia. I mean, I maybe have the most difficult aspect of tech to deal with, and it's not the beautiful technology. It's not the nice infrastructure, but the people. The people. I am all about establishing connections and making it work for the business, and of course, satisfying their needs in the process. The fact is, as you said, no 2 days are alike. Likewise, for me, it's almost like no 2 hours are alike because I'm now living in a world where what I typically would have done last year in about a week, I'm now doing in a day or less. And so I really feel like the days are longer. I mean, I just checked this morning, and today is actually day 80 for me at Optimity Group. But it feels like 3 years, given the type of work that we're doing and the exciting developments that we continue to deliver on for our clients and, of course, our partners in particular. A typical day, I'm posting anywhere between 4 to 8 meetings, whether virtually or in person, dealing with our local and international prospects and customers, channel partners, teammates. I'm also busy hosting tours of our state-of-the-art security center that we have here in Kingston. And not to mention doing client visits, checking emails, boring stuff, monitoring social media activities, and so much more. So I generally run a full calendar on any given day, and no 2 hour seems to be a lie. But guess who's loving it? Guess who wouldn't change it for the world? I'm
Right.
absolutely passionate about what I do here.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Junior. Now, Ryan, I have known you for quite some time. So I know
Okay.
as you expand and you grow your business, you could lend to the sentiment that there possibly no 2 hours to what Junior said is alike or a day. So want
Sure.
to hear from you leading versus technology, and what is really required, because a lot of persons see the term CEO of a tech firm but don't know it's many hours, possibly probably 80-hour weeks and more. So give us that perspective.
Sure, sure. So really, my role is just to really ensure that team members that are advertists have what they need to really deliver the services to our clients. So ensuring that at the end of the day or the start of the day, they have everything. So when they go to a client or where they're working from home or at the office, the tools that they have, the solutions that they use, whatever it is needed, they're able to do that, right? So that's what I do. I focus heavily on recruiting, finding team members that fit with the culture, also engaging clients, ensuring that existing clients are happy, getting feedback, implementing that feedback, looking for new clients, working with the sales team, ensuring that we are understanding which markets that we want to target, which groups, understanding what is needed to really meet their needs, and then working with the technical team to see what solutions that they're working on, what they need looking to optimize. So it's really a hectic, but the really stars are the team members that I have. I really don't do much other than just ensuring that I stay out of their way and they have no barriers or anything that carry out their duties, right? But it's really exciting because at the end of the day, the team members that are at Vertis love what they do. So they're excited, right? You're right. There can be a lot of hours that but we try to ensure that at the end of the day, it's all harmonized. So work really hard, or understand that they need to also rest and have mental wellness. So ensure that is there. So we really just ensure that as a team, we have what we need to deliver the services to our clients and also help each other to grow, right? So it's a lot that technology, as Junior said, can be very daunting, but a lot you do and you're focused on getting the job done, it will really benefit you and it's not that demanding or daunting as you like to have it or what people say. So really just doing that and ensuring that they have what they need. That is what I do. So they're really the stars. I'm just at the front here trying to look as cute as possible. Not doing a good job of it, but I'm trying.
And you know what I love, Ryan? You highlighted something that is so important, ensuring that you have a great team. A good leader showcase when he has a great team. So as we highlight team, Brian, I want to hear from you because I know that RD has an excellent team and you're a key player in that team. So what is a typical day like for you and what can persons expect if, in your role, what in software if as a software engineer, what can persons expect?
So, here at RD, one of the key things for starting a day is, getting the waffles ready in the toaster. And one of the nice things about working in, this field is it's constantly changing, but you can kind of see where it's going. So as much as you can interact with people, with computers, it's a little bit different. You kind of know what you're stepping into to a degree, and it's really just figuring out how this solution can help this situation. It's just a lot of problem solving. And I've found that my love for problem solving is what really pulled me into, like development and software development and even, cloud infrastructure. So the typical day is that, you start the day, you have your meetings, your scrums, as we call it, which is really just us planning what needs to happen throughout the day, what kind of problems we're having, and how we can help each other. Because especially at RD, we do a lot to focus on helping each other. That's a big thing. We lead, we learn, we care. So once we've gotten that settled, then we start to dig into it. Of course, you go through your emails, as Junior said, the boring part, and then you start figuring out, okay, how do I approach this problem, and what's the best way to approach this problem? And one of the things I try to do is write down all the different problems that I need to get through, and try to break it down step by step. Because you get that little dopamine hit when you tick it the box right next to something. So it helps as you go through the list to understand, okay, I'm making progress and this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm getting forward. So really it just is about working as a team as well and checking with others and making sure that they're progressing as best as possible. So that when you have CEOs like, Jeff for RD or like Ryan for Vertis, they're out on the front lines, they're going out, they're guiding, they're the helm of the ship. You are there just ensuring that as they say they can get something done, we're there to support their word. So that's a big thing for us at RD. And that's typically what we do. We hear what we need to get done. We provide, say, hey, yes, we can do that. Don't think we can do that, but hey, let's see if there's a different way that you can accomplish what you're asking for. So yeah, developers just find solutions to problems. And if you enjoy that, you will enjoy this space.
Okay, great. And I love that you said that because that lends to our Next question, what advice? And I see it in the chat, I see some persons asking about the IT outsourcing space, and that lends to asking, what advice would you give to persons who are interested in working in one of those areas in the IT outsourcing segment? How can they prepare for the role or similar roles? And I would just like to add that IT outsourcing for our listeners out there is very vast, right? We have software development and programming, cybersecurity, data science and analytics, cloud computing that Ryan mentioned, artificial intelligence and machine learning. I'm sure a lot of us have heard about chat GPT, network and infrastructure, to name a few of the possibilities out there in the IT outsourcing segment. So, Ryan, I know that quite a few, all of the companies have internship programs. I know about RD, I know about Optimity Group recently, and I know that Ryan has always supported the different universities. And what I want to know, if depending on the role, I think the certifications that you need or the degree that you need is dependent. So at entry level, Ryan, what would you require? And if there moving up the IT corporate ladder, depending on the department, what would you recommend that they do?
Sure. So what I would suggest anyone who's looking to offer this service is to understand, okay, what is needed certification wise and experience wise to be successful, right? So once they have identified the certification part, they just start getting each one over a period of time. And then once they can see that they're doing that, they do the experience. How they can get the experience? They can go to an organization like Optimum Group or RD or Vertis and say, okay, we'd like to provide our services, our skill set to learn how to carry this out. And they be a part of an internship, right? And once you're a part of the internship, now we as an organization we guide them and say, okay, here's what to do, what not to do, and then they're able to provide a service there and get that hands-on experience. So certification part along with experience is good, and that is something that I want other technology providers to really give individuals the opportunity to get that internship, right? Have a policy within the organization or some program within the organization to say offer internship to these persons who are interested. And then once you're able to do that, you'll be able to not only easy recruiting, but also make the space that they are in vibrant so that there's a lot of talent and that we can offer these services not only here in Jamaica, but regionally and globally as well. Because there are individuals who really want to offer their skills and learn. And those positions and roles that you mentioned, Alexia, a lot of persons are interested in getting it. So we just need to give them the opportunity to do so.
Great. So I just want to recommend highlighting what Ryan said, that there are a number of internships. I would say to a lot of persons, if you are not on the JTDA's membership list, what are you waiting on? We definitely want to know what is happening with you. Sign up for the newsletter so you can find out what is happening and where that is, what is taking place. So where that is concerned, I'm going to ask Junior, because I know they have a internship program at Optimity Group. And
Yes.
for those, because we're going to audience, we're going to answer your questions. At what level, what certifications would they need for the internship? Can they just come from high school? So we can just guide those who are not aware.
Absolutely. And thanks again, Alexia, because I'm 100% aligned with what Ryan stated. And I mean, internship is definitely a very useful tool. It's something we're very passionate about and we do it in a very unique way. I mean, we offer a very rigorous paid internship program, by the way, to our interns that come straight out of high school or university. And we are able to, let's put it this way. I challenge the audience. If you Google Purple Team and come to here, you will see our excellence on display. And I'm not saying that to brag about how good we are as a company, but more so to highlight of how we have been able to play our part in nation building, because our internship program is seeing us change university graduates, high school graduates into world-class cybersecurity experts. So we partner with CompTIA, for instance, and what a typical CompTIA certified person would achieve in a year, our interns are doing in 6 weeks. So the internship program requires them to deliver 9 advanced and concentrated certifications within a year. In that article, you'll see online the customer success story for Purple Team. You'll see CompTIA themselves referring to us as the unicorn of unicorns. And we're very proud of that, because what we want to do is stand head and shoulder above the rest, to be that center of excellence for cybersecurity here in not just Jamaica and the Caribbean, because it's very important for us to help to flip the script, so to speak. I mean, a controversial topic some of us just don't want to face is the fact that we have a reputation as a country where we're known as a land of scamming. So we're going against that grade to be able to invest in our youths to help them to apply that creativity in very constructive ways that allows them to know have talent that we are actively exporting. Because right now we have engineers that's helping to build infrastructure out in Guyana for one of the leading telecoms there. These are individuals who are below 22 that have our products of our internship program. So we're very proud of that. Another advice I would give though is to ensure that persons who are interested in this field and want to be successful commit to continuous learning. I mean, the minute you think that you have arrived in terms of your knowledge sets and your skills is the minute you become beautifully equipped to serve in a world that no longer exists. In a role like mine, for instance, I also have to emphasize that persons need to understand the business impact of being in IT. I mean, you got to understand business processes, client needs, and the overall marketplace. So developing skills in business analytics, strategy formation, and relationship management can truly set you apart. So I'm aligned 100% with what Ryan says, and I'm hoping that with what we are doing alongside Vertis, we can shine as examples and inspire other larger organizations, not just in tech, but across Jamaica to do more for our youth, because there is a lot that can be gained for us as a country once we're able to work hand in hand in that regard.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Junior. I love that. Brian, I know you're in your department, you are a software engineer, you have your bachelor's in computer science, but for those who are interested, who may not have enough funding to start their bachelor's in computer science, what certifications would you recommend them to start doing as a build up?
Sure. And also, just to add to that, for anybody that has gone in a different career path, be it accounting or law, anything else, and you're interested into getting into computing, jump right in. Right, there is no block in that regard, because the biggest hindrance really is whether or not you want to learn and if you're willing to explore this space, because we tend to be very inviting in this space, because we know we don't know it all, because we're constantly being one upped somewhere. So we're really interested to help other people be able to grow in this space. And to answer the question with regards to certifications, it really depends on what you want to spend your time doing. You have cybersecurity certifications. Specifically for cloud, you have AWS certifications, same for Azure, GCP. You can find those online. Some are free, some you have to pay for, especially the cloud-based ones, but you can learn oftentimes for free. Sometimes we say that YouTube is one of the best teachers out there. And there are a lot of people that are willing and constantly willing to help people grow and even change careers. So the biggest thing is, are you willing to learn? And do you want to learn? And do you want to explore this space? So it really depends on what you want to go into. There's so many certifications in different spaces. But what really matters, and especially here at RD, is whether or not you have the capabilities and if you've invested the time to learn, because that's a strong indicator of where you'll be going in the future in this space, is your willingness to explore and to learn. And it was a similar experience for myself. So, and I know that's the same way for a lot of interns, and that's how they start. So if you want to change careers, especially, feel free. There's a lot of space here on the computer side.
Okay, great. Love that. And I just want to add, you have to definitely find what you're passionate about or what you are talented at, especially in the IT space, IT outsourcing space. It is large, from cybersecurity, software development. I mean, the space is a large space. And I know we have some questions coming up, but I just wanted to add, for those who like planning, who like events, like myself, who have, done a lot of project management, you can start with being a project coordinator, which is assisting project managers in planning, organizing, and coordinating projects, right? I mean, that does not require you to have a degree, although the degree would be helpful. But that certification is a CAPM certified associate in project management, PMP, project management professional that's known worldwide. I would say if your budget is a bit tight, you can start with a Scrum Master level 1. The exam is quite affordable. You have Google Project Management just to double your feet a bit in the space. You also have entry level IT jobs. You can look at help desk technician, junior network administrator. If you're interested in networks, as Brian mentioned, AWS, Azure, there's so many things, ladies and gentlemen. So let's not just limit ourselves into boy networking. Cybersecurity is not for me. I know CompTIA has a wide range of cybersecurity courses. I can speak on Fortinet, cybersecurity awareness. I just reach network security executive level 2, NSC 2. I just completed that. And
Look at you.
those courses are free, ladies and gentlemen. The JTD is a Fortinet education partner. So those courses are free. So I'm just telling you, don't limit yourself. Utilize the GSS Talent Hub, utilize the framework, get yourself out there, get yourself certified within the space. And as we branch off to that, we've seen some interesting things coming about in the next 3 to 5 years in the ITO space. Where do you see significant growth? And where would you inform people to investigate and explore in the IT landscape? I can add my 2 cents. I believe AI and machine learning in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to see a lot more of that. I do believe that cybersecurity is the way to go, especially privacy professionals and privacy managers with the GDPR, with the Data Protection Act, which will come in first December 1st in Jamaica. Data is king. So I think those are some things that persons within the space can look at as well. Look forward to hearing from my guests what else they see in the space. I mean, I feel like there's going to be so much growth and disruption over the past 3 to 5 years. So, Ryan, what are your thoughts? Next 3 to 5 years, where do you see the growth in the IT landscape?
Sure. So it's pretty exciting times, right? You mentioned AI, there are other cybersecurity. What I'll say is just for individuals, focus on what is it that you want to achieve, right? And be your very best that you can be at it. So infrastructure, all those services and solutions, we're going to need to sit on infrastructure, whether it's be on-prem or cloud. So you can delve in that, those 2 environments. If you're looking to do cloud, find out the certifications that you need to get started in it. If you're looking to focus on-prem, look on those certifications. Junior mentioned CompTIA. Brian mentioned Azure, GCP. You can look at those and see what certifications that they have. And then once you look to do that, you're on a great start. Cybersecurity is one. There's tons of free resources out there. You can Google free cybersecurity course, free Google cloud certification. right? And then you just start. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can just get started. And then once you're prepared for that, the next 3 to 5 years, you need to get started now, right? But cybersecurity, there's going to be a lot of things how you can secure these new technologies that are happening with chat GBT and everything around artificial intelligence. You're going to need infrastructure to keep that information. So a lot of organizations are going to say, "Oh, we can look to the cloud," right? So you're going to need to get certified out there and get the experience. So there's going to be a lot that technology will be offering. Individuals can be prepared for that by just starting on the certification part. Use resources, use JTDA, use the GSS, and those different platforms. And those organizations will partner with you and give you some guidance to say, okay, I want to get started here. Look at this is where you get started, right? But it's exciting time. But I'm telling you, these things always happen. So 5 years ago, they were talking about this thing, and before that thing. Really, once you stay consistent and know the basics, you'll be fine, and you'll be able to meet the change that comes.
Great, great. Highlighting what was said. Some interesting times, as Ryan said. Junior, what do you expect? We know Optimity has a range of products, but I do believe, as Ryan mentioned, with ChatGPT, the AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, that we're going to see some growth, jump in
Absolutely.
cybersecurity and data protection.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that we're already there leveraging that and helping businesses locally and globally to achieve objectives where that's concerned. In terms of the next frontier and adding to everything that was just said, I think data analytics is an area that needs focus because that is a huge opportunity for growth. I always say we have long passed the industrial era or the industrial age. Right now, we're in the information age, and the currency right there is data. So being in that field, in that era, I think is going to be a sweet spot very, very soon over the next 3 to 5 years, to be more specific. I also see where there are big opportunities to leverage in the area of sustainability and green IT, because it's nice that we are all focused on tech and advancements and so, but there has to be a consideration for how this impacts the environment, because there's a global shift in the consciousness where sustainability and the environmental issues are concerned. So we have to ensure that whatever we do in tech is very energy efficient and protects our ecosystem. Not just protect, but enhances our ecosystem. So therein lies a tremendous amount of opportunities. I mean, you have already spoken extensively on AI and cybersecurity. So those are some key areas. I mean, one of the things I personally have my eye on is still in its infancy stages, but it's definitely something that I see more practical applications emerging as the hardware and algorithms become more mature, and that is quantum computing. And one of the things I love about being in this space and with Optimity Group is we remain on the cutting edge of all these developments. So if there's something out there that is emerging, or so it's on our radar, and we're looking at how we can actually leverage this for good and the benefit of our country, our customers, and just about everyone.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Junior and Brian. Next 3 to 5 years, where do you see the growth? Where do you see the acceleration?
I see the acceleration with a shift away from having to, as we say, hard code or using coding languages to do everything, and more about problem solving and taking your time to do that, which in some ways lowers the barrier of entry and allows more people to also get more involved. And what will happen as a result is that we'll be flooded with quite a few solutions for a lot of problems that we experience, which is what we saw with the advent of the mobile phone that you could take in your pocket and had the internet. We started realizing that this device was powerful enough to start solving little problems as we went along. Now when we start attaching AI cores, or rather just bring it low, using AI on top of all these solutions and all these different problems that we're trying to solve, we're going to see a rocket move ahead in terms of the different kind of problems that we're solving. and the ways that we can come together as people to be able to not just solve problems, but to lift people up out of different situations. So when it even comes to, our environment, the ways that we've been able to use technology to better those spaces, it really is about that the leverage that AI and machine learning, and again, as Junior was pointing to, data is a big driver, and what you do with data is really what it's all about. So one of the big things for me is that in 5 years, honestly, it's so interesting. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm excited because we know AI is changing a lot of things. But then what happens when quantum computing actually shifts into high gear and we can start using that in a more widespread way? We start being able to do more, but we also have to defend more, because then a lot of our security protocols are now no longer useful, and we're going to have to step up the game in that space as well. So again, as much as AI is a big thing, I don't want anyone to think that nullifies the person, the people aspects that's necessary for us to move forward.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Brian. So we have, throughout this discussion, we've had some interesting questions and comments from our audience. And I really want to answer some of those questions because, it's been an interesting discussion, but we're pushing against time. So I think if Kadian has asked what qualifications and skills are typically required for an entry-level job in the ITO, do not just share educational certifications. I think we had touched on some of the certifications. If you're interested in project management, I mentioned CAPM, CAPM, PMP. Those are certifications that you can do. Ryan mentioned free courses. CompTIA has courses that you can do if you're interested in cybersecurity. I know Digital Garage, Google, the GSS framework has some training that you can do as well, just to wet your feet and to see if this is something you really like before you pay for a certification. I would say follow the GSS framework. You can type in free courses as well. But I just want to add, what are some of the skills? Because we know that we have different generations within the work environment. And I believe that soft skills are also key to succeed in the IT outsourcing sector. And, just want to say to the gentlemen, what are some of the skills that you believe are important? I can just add my 2 cents. I think communication is so key, very, very key. We've had some challenges with the different generations, but I do believe if you're interested in not only IT but in the work environment, your communication has to be clear. You have to work on your communication and you have to work on adaptability. Sometimes tech isn't a 9 to 5 job, unfortunately. It doesn't start at 9 and sometimes it doesn't end at 5, right? We want to hear from you. What are your sentiments in regarding to the skill sets, soft skills necessary? Junior?
Okay, sure. All of what you said, I'm with you 100% bullseye. I would add to that teamwork, the ability to collaborate on a team, absolutely essential. You also have to come with sharp problem-solving skills, taking proactive approaches to challenges, and a very analytical mindset does help. You have to also come with emotional intelligence that needs to be very high, because I mean, at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we have to manage, navigating through a very interesting sea of diverse personalities and situations that will really get us emotional or bent out of shape from time to time. So that's very key. I want to also use this chance to underscore the importance of cross-cultural competencies. So this is where it's important to recognize that in this global space, having skills such as learning a foreign language, Spanish, for instance, is very key. I mean, estoy aprendiendo a hablar español ahora a nivel tres. What I'm pretty much saying is that just last year I had a drive to just learn Spanish. I guess I was feeling it. I don't know why, but the fact is, now we have opportunities looking at in other markets, DOMREC, Chile, for instance, that skill is coming very handy, essentially. And I mean, there are other stuff that can be looked at, but I want to really just zone in on those in particular because I think these skills will help to distinguish those who intend to be a true success story in this space.
Okay, great. Thank you, June and Brian. To start with you, Brian and Ryan, because we still have about 2 more questions. Still want to get your final points.
So I will just say tenacity. So you won't, how willing you are to just keep going, because in this space, sometimes you can hit some problems that just feel really hard to solve, and you keep getting that error code or something just isn't working as you want it to. The tenacity to keep pushing. That's something that's 100% necessary in this space. So, I mean, I agree with what Junior has been talking about. So I'll just add that one and close off there.
Sure, and I as well, just you want to be consistent and disciplined learner, right? So you, we shared certifications, but I don't want our audience to think that you need to have these certifications before you come to us, right? Or different. What we're looking for is you have the understanding and the appreciation that you're going to be the one who will need to take these certifications, or you need to have this experience. So you're coming willing to learn, receive feedback, and you're able to know, say, okay, then I want to be here. So I want to be an application developer. So I'm at Real Decoy. So I'm going to learn from Brian. Brian is going to give me the feedback. I'm going to apply it and then come back and show Brian that I've done what he has shared with me and I'm taking there. I've gone to Junior, and Junior shared with me what it needs to do in terms of this cybersecurity cert. I'm doing it and I take it from there, right? So your attitude is very important, and that you want to learn. And then once you come, because we have taken here at Vertis individuals who have no experience, they are not in that field of IT, they're doing some service, but they say, listen, I want to do this. I've done some learning on my own, but I just need the experience. When we have seen that they have the right attitude and we have worked with them, we have designed a path with them to say, okay, here's the steps that need to be taken to achieve what you want. And we work with them to achieve it, right? So that is what you need, the right attitude, really to come in and be receptive to what is going to be shared. And you need to go out there and do it as well, because we can show you the path, but you need to take it. All right. And if you do that, you'll be fine as it relates to the skill set that you need. And that, but it's really those soft skills you mentioned. One focus is the real attitude, you know.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Ryan. So we have a next question. I'm going to squeeze in those questions very quickly. Lola asks, if I want to join the ITO sector, IT career, what do you suggest is the best starting point? Lola, I'm going to say to sign up on the GSS career pathway framework to learn about the career pathways in GSS. I think that is a great starting point to just feel out, within the ITO space, what do you want to do? Where do you fit in? I can say about 8 or so years ago, if somebody had told me I'd be in the tech sector, I'd be like, I'm not a techie, I can't code. And then I realized that there is the career, it's so diverse. There's so many things to do. So I would say start with that. Don't if any one of the gentlemen wants to chip in and say, where do you believe is the best place to start?
Well, if I were to go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is that the starting point is to say, okay, then which area you want to be in, right? Identifying that, because that is a very important, because what you don't want is to say, okay, I'm going to hear an exchange. No, you need to commit to one particular area. And you say, so all right, then I want to go into application development. And then you find organizations that are in application development, and you reach out and say, okay, then I'm really quite, I'm interested what you do. And you say, all right, and the first thing you may need to do is to do these sessions or certification, and you start there, right? And then once you start, you build up, right? You're building up there. And then that will be able that will be able to let you say, okay, then I'm going to take these steps and I'm going to grow, right? So it's really just to start. What for what I don't want to say, okay, then do this, do that. You need to come to the table prepared to say, all right, this is what I'm looking to do. And then there is so much platforms that can enable you to achieve it. Alexia mentioned GSS, there's JTDA. Once you click, okay, I'd like to do this, you click it out and say, all right, here's a path, and you take it, right? So there's opportunities. You just need to go out and find them, and there's tons of avenues to do so.
Okay, great. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Ryan. Um, Junior, no time is against us.
Yes, yes,
Briefly.
no, yes, yes, indeed. If I were to, my best advice, if I were to start again, my starting point would have to be connecting with the JTDA, because I think that's the JTDA has so much to offer, that, why not utilize it? I mean, they have their eyes, ears, feet, everything on the ground, knowing what is happening in the local space, and they're willing to hold your hand and guide you in terms of what, a career in tech is gonna look like, for someone who wants to start out. So from a professional perspective, I would definitely want to align myself with the JTDA to move my career forward.
Thank you so much, Junior and Brian.
I just want to add one encouragement is that it can be really overwhelming to try and identify where you'd want to come in. So what the JTDA is offering with that career path is one way that you can start that off. Have conversations with people that are in the space. I know that if you come to RD or if you call and you want to find out anything else, even from Vertis, from all of us, you will get someone that would be happy to talk it with you. So if you feel overwhelmed with trying to figure out where you fit in, feel free to call. And we'd be glad to help you out in terms of understanding what would be a good path for the type of person you are and where you see yourself in the future.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Brian. And as we just recap about information technology outsourcing, it is wide, it is diverse, and following on what Gartner said, it is growing. There's so many certifications. Ryan spoke about Azure, Brian spoke about AWS, Junior spoke about, emotional intelligence, the soft skills that are necessary, really joining the JTDA to help with that pathway, networking. But and Ryan mentioned it starts with what do I want to do? What do I like to do? And finding out what is best, applying for internships. Go and check out the GSS career pathway to guide you. Apply for internships. You may not have all the certifications. Call RD, call Optimity Group, apply from this year. It may have passed, apply from this year to see what it is. Check out the career pathways. I mean, don't let this the ITO sector pass you by. Learn a new language. You may not be able to afford Duolingo. Learn, Spanish. Learn a different language, because guess what? You're going to cater to companies outside the Latin American market is vast. So we want to touch on that, and I want to leave with few seconds left each of our guests to tell us what you would tell somebody who's coming into this diverse sector. Brian, starting with you.
Sure. So the sector is willing and really excited to have you, right? So if you're looking to really make an impact, technology, I believe, is a way to go, right, in society. So really come decide what you'd like to do, and the organization GSS, JTDA, the individuals here, we're here to help you, right? So once you can decide that you say, okay, this is for you, the ITO space, as Alexia said, is growing. You can really earn great financially from it, and just make in terms of professional growth as well. So really, we are saying just come and make a positive impact, and you'll definitely benefit.
Great. Make a positive impact. Brian.
I agree 100%. This space is wide. It's a shortage. We need more, really. So we were happy to have you. We enjoy helping people come in this space. This is not any boys club, not girls. It's everyone. No matter where you're coming from, it's just about whether or not you like to explore and to learn. So feel free to come. We'll be glad to help you along.
Great. And Junior,
Well, it's very simple. First and foremost, I would encourage anyone, for you to move and become a success in this field, start with integrity. Value that. Secondly, I would encourage you to stay informed. The JTDA, for instance, have a lovely newsletter that they blast every Monday. Sometime once or twice a week, you get additional information. That's a good way to stay informed and be able to move forward. And finally, build genuine relationships, whether it's through networking or otherwise. You can't expect success to just suddenly land in your lap like that. You have to go out and network and know people and get to understand, and of course, come with a passion and a drive to serve, and the success will come. So that would be my advice in a nutshell.
right? Thank you so much, gentlemen. Junior Darrell, Ryan Sterling, Brian Hay, for joining us and giving, insight into the ITO sector, the GSS. And also want to add a quick fact as we wrap up: the JTDA has over 50 companies represented that touches on cybersecurity, software development, data science, and analytics, to name a few. And they're all a part of the ITO sector. And if you have not, or this segment or this talk is explain the IT outsourcing segment of the GSS. But if you want to discuss or you want to give us some topics for future sessions, share your feedback and recommendations by emailing us at communications_gss@jamprocorp.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms. Also, follow us on LinkedIn, GSS Talent Hub, the industry job board, career resources, which includes videos, blogs, and infographics to keep you prepared of what is happening in the space. You've heard us mention it, the GSS career pathway. So follow the GSS career pathway, log on. What are you waiting on? www.mygsscareerpathway.gov.jm to learn about the career pathways in the GSS and to speak to a career advisor one on one. Junior, Ryan, and Brand have mentioned it. Reach out to the JTDA. All of us are on LinkedIn. Reach out to us to really succeed in the ITO sector. I would say get yourself a mentor. Flourish on your soft skills. Know what is in the space. And if you're really passionate about this space, find somebody. Don't let anything stop you. Apply for internship. You never know. We may see you with Optimity. We may see you with Vertis. We may see you with Real. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages, GSS Jamaica on Instagram and GSS Jamaica 1 on Twitter. It was our pleasure having you, and thank you for joining us for the GSS Talent Hub Fireside Chat exploring the IT outsourcing segment of the GSS. I am your host, Alexia Beckford, Program Manager of the Jamaica Technology and Digital Alliance. Thanks for joining.